Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you a DJ tutorial, or what I think is really important, which is how to set up your music efficiently in Rekordbox and how to always be prepared for a set or a improv back-to-back, have your music ready, and a structure you can follow. This is going to be part 1 of 2, where this part I'm going to be in Rekordbox showing you my custom settings, showing you how I do my tracks, and actually demoing a couple and going through so you understand my workflow. And then part 2 is going to be with my roommate Truthless. We're going to go back to back. I'm just going to have my Rekordbox pulled up my way, quickly tell him what everything stands for, and then we're going to back to back for like 10-15 minutes. So you can see not only how I do it, but also live in action with someone that's unfamiliar with my style, because it's that easy to understand and use. You can like and subscribe, as we are on the road to 6K in our community, and it truly means a lot. And if you're looking for more tools to have about DJing dubstep, I have 2 separate tutorials. One is about doubling, how to double tracks, and the other one is how to play different BPM styles and how to make it all flow in a cohesive set. Today we're going to be specifically talking about how to set up in Rekordbox. So first things first, we need to go into our settings, as you can see here, and the only one I really mess with is deck 1, because that's the only one I'm going to use. I don't need 2 decks when I'm going in and marking my tracks. There's a few things that are very important. A, which is Q, Z, which is play and pause. I think these are stock. The next thing you're really going to have to worry about is T and R, which is jump forward and back memory cues. I also changed 5, 6, 7, 8 to set hot cues 1 through 8, which is A through H. Traditionally, it's 1 through 4 on your first deck, and 5 or 6 through 9, I think, is on your second deck. I got rid of that. I just want 8 hot cubes. After that, I have Shift tilde is going to go forward 8 beats, and then I have Shift tab going back 8 beats, or 8 bars, not beats. I'm sorry. You want to do bars, not beats, because 8 beats is 2 bars. Don't have to worry about that. But these are the controls we are going to use, and why I use that is because EDM is written in 8 bars, so you can jump around 8 bars at a time and mark your tracks really quick. Okay, so as you can see, I've already started marking music that I moved over. I just started moving everything over to Mac, and it takes a while. I have a lot of songs, but we can go to this track. So we're going to shift left on the D-pad. That gets you in your track. And one thing you need to see is if your if your song is on grid. Unfortunately, there's no one size fits all. And you need to make sure it's the right BPM, like 150 is right. This 145.08 is wrong. We'll change that during this video, but so we're 150, that's right. And I'm immediately going to find the drop. You can just kind of tell by the waveform. And I can see that it's lined up on the kick. So I'm going to do, once I find what I think the start of the drop is go Shift tilde twice. If it's a 16 bar drop, we should be at the end of the drop. As you can see, it's not, so we're probably at a 32 bar drop, so if I do it 2 more times, should be the end. But it isn't, it's a 24 drop. Okay? And this is important why I'm telling you to find the end of the drop. This is the end of the drop. So what I always use is 5 on my hot cue is in the drop. I'm going to hit A to put my cue point there, Shift T to put a memory cue. I always put a memory cue where I put my hot cues, because if a CDJ, for some reason, doesn't load it up right, I can just have a backup. It's very easy. So Shift Tab, I'm going to go back 8 bars, A, Shift T, 4. 4 means, hey, you have 8 bars left before you need to play the next track. And I'll go over color coding in a second. And then we're going to find the beginning of the drop, which looks like it's right here. My drop is always 3, A, Shift T once again, Shift Tab, 8 bars back. This should be the start of the build. Yep. So we're going to do A, Shift T, 2 is always my build, and then the first one is where I could potentially bring it in. It doesn't look like a lot's going on the left side, so maybe just 8 bars back is generally where I'm going to go. So this would be the point where, say, if I didn't want to go straight into the build, the drop ends on my previous track, and then it comes in here, which is a good spot. I like this spot. So once again, A, Shift T, 1. So what I like to do color code is green is non-build, non-drop, so like breakpoints. Light blue or blue is going to be build. Red is drop. If I have a melodic drop coming up, like if I'm doing, like say hybrids, let's say like Island by Wooly, then I will mark my build in purple, and that means, hey, melodic drop ahead, so I don't accidentally mix into something I'm not expecting. So if you're happy with that, you can go there, but let me just check the rest of the track, see if I like the second drop. Yeah, I really don't need anything else out of this, but I guess I could do this part. I don't really need. So if right here, if we go 16 forward, we're at the end of the drop. So that's cool. A shift T. And then I'm going to use 7 for this, and this is also a build. So I'm going to mark it 8 back. This is kind of a messy one to first start on, but it's okay. And just let it know, because if I want to play this, but we will mark this as like a lighter red, just meaning it's part of a build, or it's part of a drop, but I don't like this part of the drop. This is kind of advanced, so don't worry about it. But we A shift Q, and then we can check why our memory cues by using T and R, and it goes to all of our hot cues. Cool, I'm happy with this. Let's go down to the next one, dead weight. Shift left, load it in. Let's go find the drop. Cool. It looks like it's lined up. So we have the drop right here, or what I think is. So let's go shift tab. And that's the end of the drop. So cool. So we're gonna do 5 once again. A shift T, shift tab, give myself a 4-bar heads up. 4. Shift tab, it's a 16-bar drop, so now we're at the drop. Shift tab, A should be the build. Yep. 2. Shift tab, and we'll see if this is where we want to bring it in. Sure, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Other than that, it's the intro, so A shift T. And now we can go forward. This is a build, so this should be a drop right here. It is 6 A shift T. Shift tilde, A shift T, 7, and this should be drop out. Which we're right. So we can go back here, shift tilde, A shift T, 8. This is going to kind of be a typical one. So once again, boom, that's going to be a non-build. The second one is going to be a build, drop, 8-bar heads up. It actually goes back into a second build, so blue, drop, 8-bar heads up, and this is a non-build section, and drop. Almost sounds like it's something you'd hear on calcium. Cool, I'm happy with that. So now I see that this one's wrong here, 145.08, it's 145. So I'm gonna go hit this little icon down here, info, BPM, change it. Still loaded up here. Sometimes when you open Rekordbox next, it'll be good. So I just plug it in and let's go see if we're on beat. So it looks like our grid is off. So we can hit plus sign to zoom in and find our kick. Looks like it's right there. So I'm gonna move my grid right here. Boom, boom, boom. 3 A shift T. I know that they have a really long like fake out. I know this track, so it's not like unquantifiable. Actually, no, that works. That works. I'm cool with that. So shift A T. I'm gonna go back probably a little bit further. That's a cool part to bring it in. That could be cool. So that's gonna be our starting point. TTT, shift. I can already tell it's gonna be 16-bar drops. We're gonna put that there. T5. Why didn't we 4? Okay. So once again, color code everything, because this is gonna be my visual aid. And even if my color code messed up, I always know at least for my first 5 marks on here that I have intro-ish, or where I want to bring it in. Build, drop, 8-bar heads up, and then in a drop. So we can go from here. We have 3 more left. Let's see if we want anything else. Can't tell if this is off. Oh, it looks fine. So we're going to use this as 7, A Shift T, and the reason why 7 is because I need a build spot, A Shift T, which I'm using Shift Tab once again. And you can just see that this is just going to pretty much something I can repeat super easy. A Shift T, 8. Okay. And then we're cool. So Hades and Kiru here. Now I'm going to do this one like full time. Like, I'm going to show you how fast I'll generally do it. Think about it in your head as well. So let's find the drop. And boom, marked out that track. That's how I mark out all my tracks. And you'll see that I'll take like the 30 tracks we have here and just do an improv back to back with Grant. I'm going to bring him in, tell him what the color code means, just how I told you guys. And we're going to do live. All right, guys, looking forward to the next video. It'll be out relatively the same time this video is out if you're watching it now. So appreciate it. Hope you guys learned something. Let me know if you have any questions down below, and I'll see you in the future. Peace.